Hey fellow gardeners, if you've ever dreamed of giving your plants a natural boost that works almost like magic, you're going to love what we're diving into today. I'm talking about fermented plant juices, or FPJs, made from two powerhouse crops, amaranth and corn. But this isn't just another gardening fad. I'll show you how to make, apply, and track the results of these FPJs, so you can see which plant truly helps your garden thrive. By the end of this guide, you'll have a step-by-step method to experiment in your own garden, the correct ratios to follow, and actionable tips to get greener leaves, stronger growth, and better yields. Let's get into it. Let's start with a bit of perspective. Amaranth might not be a household name for everyone, but it has a fascinating history and some serious nutritional clout. It contains almost twice the protein of beef, packs essential amino acids like lysine that corn lacks, and is incredibly resilient in hot, dry conditions. Corn, on the other hand, is a familiar staple, rich in carbohydrates and widely used, but it doesn't quite match amaranth in protein or nutrient density. When it comes to fermented plant juices, both crops offer unique benefits. Amaranth FPJ is nutrient-dense and energizing, giving your plants a rich boost of protein, minerals, and antioxidants. Corn FPJ is still valuable, providing a steady supply of sugars, nitrogen, and other growth-promoting compounds. By creating FPJs from both and applying them to identical plants, you can actually observe the differences in growth, leaf color, and fruit production, giving you real practical insight into what works best in your garden. Before we dive into fermentation, we need to start with healthy pesticide-free plants. The beauty of FPJs is that they're made from living, vibrant plant material, so the fresher the better. For amaranth, look for leaves and young stems that are rich green and free from yellowing. Corn leaves should be healthy, wide, and unblemished. If you're planning this experiment for a 10 by 10 foot garden, I recommend harvesting about 2 to 3 handfuls of leaves and stems per FPJ batch. Think of this as collecting enough material to give your plants a real meal without stripping your garden bare. You'll need similar amounts from corn, keeping the two batches balanced for a fair comparison. Fermentation is easier than it sounds, and it's all about ratios and patience. Here's how I do it for both amaranth and corn. Start by chopping your plant material into small pieces. This increases surface area and helps the microbes do their work during fermentation. Then, take 100 grams of chopped plant material and blend it with 100 milliliters of water. This creates a smooth slurry that's ready to ferment. Next comes the sugar. Plants need an energy source to ferment properly, so add 10 grams of sugar or molasses per 100 grams of plant material. Mix thoroughly, then transfer the mixture into a clean 1-liter fermentation jar. Cover the jar loosely. Air must escape during fermentation, but keep dust and insects out. Place the jar somewhere warm but not hot, ideally between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius or 68 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Stir the mixture once daily to keep fermentation even, and check the smell. You're aiming for a pleasantly sour aroma. If it smells rotten, discard it and start fresh. After 5 to 7 days, your FPJ is ready to strain. Use a fine strainer to separate the liquid from the solids, then store the liquid in a cool, dark place for up to 2 weeks. Here's where the magic happens. Now that you have 2 FPJs, one from amaranth and one from corn, it's time to see which one performs better. The key is controlled, consistent application. Select 2 identical plants or plots, same species, same age, and same soil. Label them clearly. One for amaranth FPJ, one for corn FPJ. For foliar application, dilute your FPJ at a 1 to 500 ratio with water. This means 20 milliliters of FPJ and 10 liters of water, enough to spray a medium-sized plant or a few square meters of garden. Apply in the morning or late afternoon, avoiding direct midday sun to prevent leaf burn. For soil application, use a slightly more diluted mix, 1 to 1000 ratio, or 10 milliliters of FPJ and 10 liters of water, poured around the base of the plant. This feeds the roots directly and promotes strong root development. Frequency matters too. Foliar sprays should be applied every 7 to 10 days, while soil drenches can be done every 2 to 3 weeks. Remember, consistency is key to seeing measurable differences in growth between the 2 FPJs. Here's where your inner scientist comes alive. Keep a notebook or digital record of your observations. Measure plant height weekly, note the number and size of leaves, and track any flowers or fruit that appear. Take photos if possible. It's amazing to look back and see progress side by side. What should you expect? From my experience, plants treated with Amaranth FPJ often show darker, greener leaves, faster growth, and stronger fruiting. Corn FPJ also contributes to plant vigor but tends to be less nutrient-dense and may produce slightly slower results. This comparison is a fantastic way to learn directly from your garden, see the power of natural fertilizers, and adjust practices for future planting seasons. Fermented plant juices are essentially microbial soups, packed with beneficial bacteria and nutrients that plants can easily absorb. Amaranth in particular offers a rich mix of amino acids, calcium, iron, and antioxidants which support photosynthesis and plant resilience. Corn, with its natural sugars and nitrogen, encourages growth and energy. Think of it this way: when you feed your plants with FPJs, you're giving them ready-to-use nutrition, unlike dry fertilizers that take time to break down. It's like comparing a fresh smoothie to a meal kit. One is immediately absorbed and utilized. Even experienced gardeners can benefit from some fine-tuning. First, always start with healthy plants. FPJs enhance growth, but they can't fix severely stressed or diseased plants. Second, measure carefully. Overly concentrated FPJ can burn leaves or overwhelm roots. Stick to the 1 to 500 and 1 to 1000 ratios for foliar and soil applications. Temperature also matters during fermentation. Too cold, and the FPJ will ferment slowly. Too hot, and you risk killing the beneficial microbes. Room temperature, around 20 to 30 degrees Celsius, is ideal. Finally, don't mix batches with different plants in the same jar. Keep amaranth and corn separate to maintain an accurate comparison. This method works whether you're in a 10 by 10 foot backyard plot or a larger garden. Simply scale your ingredients proportionally. For instance, for a 100 square foot bed, you might triple the plant material and water, keeping the sugar ratio the same, 10 grams per 100 grams of plant material. The principle remains: the FPJ should be concentrated enough to carry nutrients, but diluted properly during application to avoid leaf burn. Start small, observe results, and adjust for your garden's specific needs. I've applied these FPJs in my own soil power garden, and the differences are noticeable. Amaranth-treated plants are consistently greener and more vigorous, with leaves that look almost electric in color and texture. Corn-treated plants still grow well, but there's a subtle difference in the depth of green and leaf robustness. If you're serious about organic, low-cost, high-impact gardening, this is a game-changer. Not only are you reusing plant material from your garden, but you're also feeding the soil and microbes, which creates a long-term improvement in soil health and plant resilience. Once you've mastered amaranth and corn FPJs, consider exploring other plants. Many leafy greens, legumes, and even flowering plants can be turned into FPJs. The principle is the same: harvest, blend, ferment, dilute, and apply. Every plant carries unique nutrients that can enhance different aspects of your garden's growth. This approach turns your garden into a living laboratory, where observation, experimentation, and patience combine to create healthier plants and better yields. There you have it, a complete step-by-step guide to using amaranth and corn FPJs to boost your garden. By following these methods, you'll see firsthand the power of these two crops, observe differences in growth, and improve your overall garden health. Remember, the key to success is accuracy, consistency, and observation. Use the correct ratios, track your results, and share your findings with fellow gardeners. With each application, you're not just feeding plants, you're strengthening your garden ecosystem from the roots up. If you found this guide useful, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Power, hit the notification bell, and share this article with your gardening friends. Let's keep the spirit of experimentation alive and help more gardeners discover the power of amaranth, corn, and FPJs. Your plants and your future harvests will thank you.